Hi guys, bonjour mes amis, I'm Booger, welcome aboard. I've never had taco soup. Swear to God, I've never made taco soup, so a friend of mine was talking to me about that. I was like, I've never heard of such a thing. You know, living up in cold Canada when I was a kid, we didn't have no taco, nothing, so. Anyways, this is what's nice about this air fryer. It's got a turning paddle, it's got a burner on the bottom, it makes soups, it makes cakes, it makes everything. I love it. I'll never be without this one. You're gonna see me using another one or whatever, the oven, but this is my favorite, okay? So we're gonna make a soup out of there. I have leftover little tortillas. They're street taco little tortillas, flour tortillas. We're gonna fry them up, use them as chips or whatever. We're gonna do that a little bit too. That's what I was thinking. Anyways, wish me luck. It's my first time making a taco soup. You guys ready? Let's go. I'm going to show you a little trick because I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. I learned this quite a few years ago because Tom used to have some really bad heartburn, especially when it's something with tomatoes. So I learned this trick and it alleviated some of the heartburn. Almost all of it. He almost doesn't have it anymore. So I've got these leftover tortillas here. They're street taco tortillas. We're going to cook that too, but let's do this part first, okay? So I've got a large jar of tomatoes, so it'd be a big can or 2 little cans, okay? These are stewed tomatoes. There's no seasoning, just the normal salt and lemon juice for canning. All right. So if you guys don't know who I am, I have a couple gardens. Tom and I, we work hard at it and we can a bunch of stuff. I do have my own Rotel, but for this I'm going to use a canned Rotel because my Rotel is a little on the sweet side and I'm not trying to make this sweet. 2 cans of Rotel. This is diced tomatoes and chilies. So good. I'm telling you, if you do a mac and cheese, put a can of Rotel in there. You can thank me later. All right, here's the trick. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, okay? Watch this bubble up. Just mix that up a little bit. See how it's foaming right there? That's the acid that's in your belly. All right, so it's gonna foam up the longer you let it sit for about 15-20 minutes, and I'm gonna scrape that stuff off the top. All right, so I'll be back. We're gonna do the tortillas. So here are the tortillas, and I'm just gonna cut them up with some scissors. I always have extra scissors for cutting food up. Okay, we're gonna cut those in half. All right. So let me finish this up, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that. Spray that a little bit olive oil. Toss that around. It's not a lot, but it's just for on top to have a little bit of crunch. Instead of using potato chips, corn chips, Fritos, whatever they're called. Okay, and the seasoning I'm going to use is the Pico de Gallo seasoning you see me do that when I do Pico. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. You got to be careful with that. It's a little spicy, okay, so that's up to you. But I'll put a link to that. They have it on Amazon. I get it at the Mi Gente Mexican store. So just a little bit of coating of that. All right, let me change the angle to the air fryer and we'll cook these up. All right, here we go. I'm going to use a flat pan because I'm going to switch pans. It's always nice to have this pan as well. I mean, you don't really need it, but it's so nice to have. That's sold directly at the DeLonghi website. So I don't have to spray it with oil or anything because I already sprayed the faux chips, I should say. So let me spread those out and then we'll start cooking. Okay. I mean, they're not just as long as there's not 2 stuck together, okay? All right, this is not going to take very long, so I'm going to put it down to a 3. If you want to know what that temperature means down below, I can't really see what I'm doing here. Scooch you up just a tad. It tells you what temperature that is. My air fryer goes up to about 370, so it's about, I don't know. Just look in there, but it's in the 300s. I'm going to turn, it's got a bottom burner, so I don't have to flip nothing over. You might have to toss them a little bit in the middle of, if you don't have a bottom burner like I do. So I'm gonna let you know how long to do that. Guys, 5-6 minutes, and I turned it up to the highest setting. I was just worried they were gonna get dark too fast. So about 5-6 minutes, highest setting. Look at that. So I'm gonna take this over here, put that on a towel, and switch pans. See the bottom burner? It's so lovely. So the air fryer is hot, so it should start turning right away, which is good. So let's turn it back on. It's gonna quench. I'm gonna spray some olive oil in there just to give this ground beef a little head start. That's a pound of ground beef. Whatever you do, don't touch that paddle. It's hooked up to the little motor in there, and if you mess with that, it's gonna break it, okay? And I've got a half an onion here, about a small onion. Dice that up really thin so it cooks evenly. All right, let's do this for a few minutes. Leave it at number 4, highest setting on my air fryer, and I'll let you know how long I do that. Nice. We're gonna look at it now. 6 minutes, and that's beautiful. It's browned up a little bit. It's not cooked all the way, okay? So remember that. I'm gonna put some garlic at this point. I've got, I think, let me see, 3 cloves, about 3 cloves of garlic minced up, and I'm gonna do this for a couple minutes just so the garlic has a chance to just cook a little bit, not too much. All right, so 2 minutes of that. I'll be right back. So there's like whatever I put of olive oil in there is about as much as it's there. There's no oil, no grease, okay? So it all depends on what grade of ground beef you get. Mine didn't have hardly any fat in it, so that's good. All right, here comes the fun part. Okay, I've got 2 cups of beef broth here, and I make it with dehydrated beef base from Canada, and I always put like a tablespoon of chicken base in there. Every time I use beef broth, I put a little bit of chicken base in there. You can, like, what's that one that's called there? Better than bouillon or something like that. Equivalent to that stuff. And here's our tomatoes. They're done releasing the acids. Alright, now this air fryer's got a max line in the back there, so I'm in good shape right now. And it's gonna cook down a little bit. Okay, here comes the seasoning, and I will write down the recipe down below, okay? This is a tablespoon of chili powder. This is a teaspoon of cumin. Half a teaspoon of oregano. And the same with paprika. Mine is smoked Hungarian hot paprika. A pinch of salt and pepper, not too much because I got a lot of spice going on in there with the Rotel and the paprika, and then you'll see what's coming up next. So, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, I'm gonna throw in these 2 chilies. I froze a bunch of these chilies, so I just cut the stem off. I'm just gonna let them float around in there. Now this air fryer is, when I first got it, I called it the Cadillac of air fryers, and I still believe that. This is the Cadillac of air fryers. I really do. It does everything. And I tried to show that with cakes, soups, you name it, bread. All right, again, don't touch that. Here's a secret ingredient. 1 tablespoon of ranch dressing powder. I saw at Walmart the other day that they sell the big container now, not just the pouches. You need to invest in that. It's always good, especially if you're making Mississippi pot roast and stuff like that. All right, I am not in a hurry, okay? I know it's an air fryer. It's supposed to be quick, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I always forget to turn my phone off. Okay, not in a hurry. So we're going to let that stuff marry together and cook, and then we're going to add some beans to that and some corn, maybe. Let's turn it down to... I'm going to do it 2.5. I'm going to leave the bottom on. All right, I'll let you know how long I do that. Then I'm going to put some beans and some corn in there. I'll be back. Guys, I did that for about 15 minutes. It smells so good. Okay, I've got a 14 or 15 ounce can of black beans. I've passed that max line quite a few times. So these are kidney beans, red kidney beans from Camila. And same amount of corn, frozen corn, that's okay. All right, let the machine do all that work. Gonna mix that up. I'm thinking probably 15-20 minutes, but I'll let you know. I'm gonna leave it at 2.5 still. All right, so we'll be back. All right, you guys, that was 25 minutes. Look how beautiful right. So that ground beef is cooked. The beans are soft. It's all good. I'm gonna plate a bowl of that. Yell out for Tom out of the shed to come taste it for y'all. We'll be back. Come taste the soup. Well, babies, come down. Come up the shed. I'm gonna put some little bit of cheddar cheese on there. And some of these. You know what? This is a gravy boat. You guys don't laugh, but look, it does what it's supposed to do right here. It came with a dish set that I got at yard sale. Beautiful dish set. But look at this. Hi, babe. Hi. Say hi to peoples. Wash your hands. There you go. I'm going to take some photos. Tom's going to get a spoon, and we'll go from there. All right, Tommy boy.
Okay.
Is this your first time having taco soup?
Yes, first time.
This is my first time making it. That's why.
That's probably why.
Hey, when you have all the spices and the canned goods, you know, it's a good thing to put together. It's really cheap to make this. It's good for a cold day, huh?
Yep.
It's 58 degrees in northern Florida. Does it taste like tacos?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, you tasting my chips?
Liquid tacos. It's good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Without the crunch.
Low carb taco. Except for those tortillas. All right, so.
It's actually really good.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I got it on tape. It's got a little bit of ranch powder in there. Can you believe that? A little hidden gem. All right, you guys. Thanks for shopping. You can make a soup in the DeLonghi air fryer. Who knew? I did.
Where'd you get the crackers from?
Those are those little tortillas. I fried them up with some Pico seasoning on it.
Ah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. Say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.